Hello, my siblings. I hope this message finds you well wherever you are. Today's topic is spiritual messages, dated February 2012. If there were to be a person who was a man of God or a woman of God, and truly a person of God, he would be accepted by every nation on this planet. No matter what other title a person would have achieved, he still will not have reached the level of acceptance of a person of God. Let us become people of God, so that we may play a vital and decisive role in humankind's regeneration, in the abolishment of sin, and this regeneration will create within our body an incorruptible and immortal life. May it be. Amen. When there are passions or mistakes which are present within us, which we cannot control or correct, let us discard them, because that will be the only way we can continue in our regeneration towards God and our work on silence and patience. Surely the outcome we will achieve is freedom from whatever burdens us today. May it be. Amen. When we have a strong incentive or motive, then we have the power to succeed in our goals, which at first, without motivation, we could not even imagine. The motivation required from the children that belong to the voice of God is their great love in the living God. A great love towards God, along with the teachings of the voice of God, are strong motives to transcend from sin to sinless, from little faith to living faith, from corruption to incorruptible life, from folly to manifold wisdom, and from death to life. What does strong motive or strong incentive mean? I will bring an example. In Australia, there is a rattlesnake. This snake feeds on squirrels that live underground. It locates their nests and then hides in the soil next to them, so that when a squirrel appears, it attacks them. Within 1 minute of their strike, their venom has killed the squirrel. One day, some researchers observed something that caught them off guard. A squirrel came out of its nest. The rattlesnake bit it several times, where it clearly ran out of venom, and yet the squirrel did not die. The squirrel that did not die was pregnant, and that night it gave birth. This motivation to give birth created a protein that acted as an antidote to the rattlesnake's strong poison. If the squirrel has the power to create an antidote when it is motivated to give birth and take care of its young, imagine what a human being can do when he has great and sincere love to the living God, to living faith. He will make the whole planet incorruptible. This is what is meant by strong motivation. I hope that our love is great enough to overthrow the evil world that is governed today by corruption and death. May it be. Amen. Many people try to change their neighbors by preaching to them Christ, but if they were truthful to themselves, they would see that they themselves have not changed. They will immediately understand that they are punching air when they preach the gospel of the kingdom to others. If they really want to change the world, let them enter into the sanctuary where they can change themselves. Only in that case will they have heavenly results. Otherwise, they play with words, creating dogmas, religions, laws, orders, etc., which don't lead anywhere, because in this present day, these Christians base their lives on money and medications. If these two things are gone from their lives, they will feel empty, and I will say scared. Whoever has God within them creates God's family, and they are all dominated by the regenerative teachings, which are not the word, but the action. Amen. If we think of how hard it is to change ourselves, we will understand how irresponsibly we act when we think of ourselves as the chosen ones, the preachers, as preachers with excessive ego to change others. If you want to create God's family, God's people, you must be counseled differently by God, not to play the game of I will be God and you will be my people. For us to accept other people's positions and perspectives, we must not be fanatical about our own. I would be very happy if my spiritual siblings concern themselves with God's wisdom and let God take care of matters on a global level to train people and nations. We should have trust in God. Let us do what He brought life in us to do, and when the time comes, we will be justified for what we did, and not for what happens or happened around us. The proper functioning of countries will be achieved Only when those who are called by God get reborn. Whoever leads a country that does not have God's wisdom, purification, and sanctification, holiness, will not be able to solve problems. Let us not lose our time with what happens around us. Let's leave God to develop the things of this world, and let us concern ourselves with rebirth. Amen.